Hey everyone, it's Alex. So my friends have started using Scratch, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start showing some tutorials. That way, if you have trouble with whatever, a tutorial. And so I'm just gonna show you these videos. I'm gonna try to keep them under, 5 minutes or so, just to give you some basic tips one at a time. They'll start off pretty easy for those starting, and they'll get harder. That way, we can get into some more complicated stuff. If you like, you can go check out my Scratch page. I have a couple games on there that are pretty cool that kind of show you what you're going to be able to do with all this stuff once you're done. So when you pull open Scratch, this is what you get. Your first page, and you have your sprite. This is your only sprite you have. It's your Scratch cat. And then you have your code blocks right here on the left. Motion, look, sound, pen, control, sensing, operators, variable. Each of these have different coding blocks that do different things, and I'll get into that in a minute. So I'm just going to jump right in, and this one's going to be on just basic movement starting with your cat. So what we're going to want to do is, I found that if you say whatever it is you're trying to do, it oftentimes makes sense. So what I'm going to say here is forever, like whenever I press the right key, I want my character to move right, and whenever I press left, I want them to move left. So we're going to go under control, because this is where all your main, in-game, I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm sure you can probably figure it out just by looking at it. So when start is clicked, this is when the game starts, because you start the game by pressing this green flag right here. So you're saying when the game starts, this is what I want to happen. And so we're going to go to a forever statement, because we want him to move left or right no matter what is going on in this game. So forever, and then we're going to go down to this if statement. Now I try to stay away from this forever if statement, because a lot of times you can get more under this if and forever, and you'll see in a second, because this is going to be my left and that's going to be my right. So left movement, right movement, and you'll see that in a second. So I like using this because it keeps it a little cleaner, more organized, and plus it's a little bit easier for me to see. But I mean, this basically does the same thing if you want to use this too. So anyway, forever if, and we're going to go to sensing. So this is, if something's touching something, if, you're pressing this button, whatever. And so we're going to go to key, forever if key, we're going to go right arrow is pressed. Now we want our character to move right. So we're going to go under motion. And there's a couple ways to move. You can either move 10 steps, but I stay away from these, the direction and the move 10 steps, because the moving 10 steps is in whatever direction it's facing. And that's based off a 360-degree circle. As you can see here, this is when you can change it. And that's if you want to move in lots of directions. But right now, I just want to move left and right, up and down. And when it's done, it actually looks pretty good. So I like staying with change X and change Y, because it keeps it a little more exact, and plus it looks good when it's done, and it keeps it a little easier. So we want to move X because X is left and right, Y is up and down. So we're going to go change X by, let's go 5. Okay? And now we're going to go ahead and right click on this if statement, duplicate, and we're going to go ahead and bring this under here. And then we want him to move left, so forever if left key, and we want him to move -5 because it's on the X coordinate system, and so it's negative and positive. So now when I go and hit start, if I press right, he moves right, and if I press left, he moves left. Okay, so that's it for this beginning tutorial. Like I said, they're going to get a little more complicated, and we're going to get into some cool stuff. The next one I'm going to go into is kind of art and animating, how to make, and make it look like you're walking. And so go ahead and tune in to the next one. And thanks again for watching this video.